Walter Ray Williams Jr. is the greatest of all time in the bowling world, in my opinion. It's a close call between him and Earl Anthony, but to me, Walter just about has the edge. He literally broke bowling as he totally redefined what was possible. Age just did not apply to Walter. He was just as dominant in his late 40s as he was in his prime. In fact, he was still winning major titles and Player of the Year awards at age 50. Plus, he made shows into his mid-50s and actually made the title match when he was 57 at the Shark Championship. Aside from his unprecedented longevity, to make it to the very top and have such a long career that resulted in 47 tour titles, there were of course a number of skills he had to develop to an elite level. I think though I found 3 specific skills that made him stand out from all the other bowlers on the PBA tour over the years, and these skills gave him a very big edge. They helped him to really dominate the game and remain at the top for nearly 25 years. Of course, Walter did pretty much everything well. To win 47 titles in your career means you have to do a lot of things way better than your opponents. But as I said, I think I found 3 skills that really were the secrets behind his success. So what exactly were those skills? Well, that's exactly what we'll find out in today's video. So we'll start things off with number 1, an elite mental game. The first skill that was crucial to his greatness was his elite mental game and his ability to manage his emotions effectively. On television, he stayed composed and focused pretty much at all times. He did show emotion, whether it was frustration or excitement, but the important thing was he never let those emotions take control. He was able to manage them and always moved on to the next shot. He was able to handle defeat very well too. With as many TV appearances as he made, there were naturally times when he didn't win. Sometimes he just had a bad day, and others his opponent just bowled out of their mind. But unlike some of the other top players, Walter never let his losses derail him for very long at all. He went on an astonishing 17 consecutive seasons run, where he won at least 1 title, which is still a PBA record. That kind of consistency doesn't just come from skill, it's also down to his mental toughness. He trusted his abilities and didn't allow setbacks to shake his confidence. And that's really why he never went on any long title droughts. His strong internal mindset meant he didn't let external results define him. That's something every bowler can learn from. It's not easy, but learning to stay emotionally steady, regardless of the outcome, is a major key to long-term success. Walter didn't chase the result of winning. He focused on executing his game, and the wins were simply a byproduct of that internal stability. We see it in all sports. When a player's mental game slips, their performance often follows, and it can lead to prolonged periods where they just cannot perform and they cannot win. Walter essentially avoided that all completely. His unwavering mental strength was a big reason why he stayed on top for so long. Skill number 2, a masterclass in spare shooting. There's a reason the phrase strike for show, spare for dough exists, and he embodied that mindset perfectly. His spare shooting, especially when it came to single pins, was nothing short of elite. He might be the most consistent single pin spare shooter we've ever seen. He even went an entire season without missing a single pin, which is still a PBA record that has never been matched. Having a 100% single pin conversion rate in an entire season is just mind-boggling, and it shows just how special he was. His accuracy in bowling was undoubtedly helped though by the fact that he was a master at horseshoes. Misses from Walter Ray were very rare. In fact, it's hard to recall more than a couple of times where he missed a 10-pin on TV, which is remarkable considering how many televised appearances he actually had. That consistency of making his spares during his career is really what compensated for his lack of rev rate. Compare that to the two-handers of today's game and the high rev players, many of whom struggle with spares, but they can make up for it with their strike power. Walter was the opposite. He was so accurate and consistent in hitting the pocket that when the strikes weren't flowing, his spare game kept him in contention. That is a major reason why he was able to dominate until the age of 50. At the pro level, the margins are thin. A single pin really can decide whether you make the show or you miss out, and that's where his sparing ability set him apart. Without that spare game, his career could have been very different, and it was particularly crucial in the power-dominated era of the 2000s where his consistency kept him competitive. Skill number 3, simplifying the game. This is a crucial point and one that many bowlers can often ignore, the art of keeping things simple. He knew exactly what his strengths were and he leaned into them. He didn't have the big rev rate of some of the power players he faced, but what he did have was pinpoint accuracy. He could create hook where necessary, but his A game was all about keeping it simple, playing straight up the lane. Very few could beat Walter when it came to the down and in game. Perhaps only Norm Duke could match him there. Walter's precision was unmatched though. While he was the victim of occasions where he left many single pins on TV, when he was dialed in and the pins were falling for him, he was practically unbeatable. He would hit his target over and over again and always found ways to get the job done. His success was largely due to his commitment to simplicity. He stuck to the shot he trusted in, minimized the overthinking, and stayed in his comfort zone. His physical approach was also uncomplicated, something he could repeat effortlessly. This is something many bowlers tend to forget. We often try to make the game more complex than it actually needs to be. There's a lot for us to learn from Walter's approach. Keeping it simple is a huge advantage at times. The saying straighter is greater still holds up today, especially on challenging conditions. It may not look impressive, it might not be flashy, but if you're struggling, going back to the basics and simplifying your game can make all the difference. It's old advice, sure, but Walter proved time and time again that it works. And that brings us to an end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. Let me know if you did enjoy this video and if you'd like me to do a similar type of video for any other pro bowlers. I'd love to hear your suggestions, so let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more videos like this as well, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button below. Well, that's going to do it from me for today. And as always, thank you bowling fans and see you all next time.
Going for the Bo Derek. Perfect 10. Good Lord.